good evening. Today is Friday, December 8th. We have company tonight. Let me show you. There's Piper. There's a pretty doggy. There's a pretty doggy. See how late it is? Denise and her family went out to dinner, and so they left Piper with me. Like, I don't want to see the clock. I can't have a time limit on how long I talk. It would drive me crazy. You can tell the kids were over yesterday because all my stuff is askew. I have to fix it still. But today is Friday, December 8th, and we have some birthdays. Today is Joanne Schmidlin, Schmidlin, Schmidlin. Joanne, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Linda Matson. Got something in my tooth. Sorry about that. Matson. Linda. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Ouch, that hurt. I hurt my hand. It's also Pamela Sled, S-L-E-D-D. Pamela. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pamela. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Linda Zadakowski. See these Lindas with these long last names. S-Z-A-T-K-O-W-S-K-I. Linda. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you all have a great birthday. There's 4 of you, but I got to get a drink of water. I think that... Excuse me. You didn't need to see that. I had an apple and some of the skin was stuck in my teeth. Anyway, Jim and I had a very, very busy day today. We went, well, first of all, I had a collab that I've known about for at least 2 weeks. And I knew I was supposed to be up at 9 o'clock this morning, but my ladies, Edie, Joan, and Kim, were very nice and said they would wait till 11 o'clock to post it because I was so far behind the 8 ball. I was just, at 11 o'clock last night, I was preparing my casserole because I made a make-ahead French toast casserole, which I have to tell you, turned out really well. So much better than the appetizer video from last week. Maybe not as much fun to watch. Now I got the dog licking my foot. I don't like feet. I don't like feet. Ugh, I can't stand feet. I'll touch a baby's foot, but once you get to be like a toddler, your feet are off limits. I'm not touching them. And so like when I went with Jim to the foot doctor and he was touching his foot and all that, and I went, oh my gosh. It was like, oh. So I have to be good because if I'm not good and there's an afterlife that's not heaven, I'm going to either come back as a podiatrist or a shoe salesman, or a foot doctor, or even, well, that is a podiatrist, Sandy, or a foot. Oh, can you imagine if I came back as a foot? Oh, that would be hell on earth. It really would. I just can't stand touching people's feet. I just can't. And it's just like, no, I just don't. But anyway, she's still licking my foot. No matter what I do. I don't know what I got on my foot that's so good. All I had was an apple. I don't know. Must have spilled some juice or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I got up this morning to put I set an alarm clock. You know me and my alarm clocks. I don't like an alarm clock. But when I worked, I knew I had to be up by 4:45. And I would always wake up about 4:43. I was always before the alarm clock. My father never set an alarm clock. But you could ask my dad, could you get me up at a certain time? My dad would get you up. I don't know if he kept waking up in the night and looking at the clock to see it, but my father never overslept. He always knew exactly what time it was that he had to get up. Always. He just never had a problem with it. But anyway, I had set my alarm clock for 9 o'clock because I figured, okay, you got to get up. You got to you have to take the dish out of the refrigerator because you have to refrigerate it overnight for like 30 minutes. So I thought, okay, that'll put me at 9:30. And then you bake it in the oven for half an hour with the cover on, which I thought, okay, that'll bring me up to 5 to 10. And then you do it another 25 minutes to without the cover on, which would bring me to 10:20. I've already filmed all of the stuff up to that point. As I'm filming, I'm checking to make sure as I edited it into the thing. So the only final thing I had to do, because I even said my goodbye thing, because I knew it was going to taste good. I lied to you and told you that we both loved it. Although we did love it, but I had filmed that in advance because I thought, no, I got to get this done. And so then I filmed the final portion of it and started uploading it at 20 after 10. I have really fast internet usually, and I can really get something posted within 15 or 20 minutes. At the unless it's an exceptionally long video. My video didn't go up till 11:30, and here my ladies waited till 11 o'clock to post theirs, and here I didn't get mine up till 11:30. It was just so slow. It was just dragging, but it got up. So it's over there if you want to see it. I think I told you on my other video, or if I told you later in the day, because I talked on the video all day long, today's video. I think I told you that I'm going to put the links down below. So they're probably down below. I'll have to check. Check in the description box, and you can go over to, if not, just go over to their channels and check them out. But so then Jim and I went to do some Christmas shopping. We did all of that. We went to there was so much traffic. It was like everybody decided to go out today. It's Friday. I would have seen this if it was a Saturday, but it was Friday, and it was in the middle of the day. But we went to Hobby Lobby, and then we went to Kohl's. Then we went to Bath and Body Works, and then we went to Kroger's, because I only went into Kroger's to get a gallon of milk. That's all I went in there for, was a gallon of milk. And I walked out with 2 gallons of milk, 2 gallons of orange juice, and 2 packages of my yogurt that I really like that they hardly ever have, so I buy it when it's there. Too bad if anybody else wanted it. I'm buying whatever's in the case, because it's good till February. That just shows you how much preservatives is in it. I'm not even going to attempt to make my own. I know people make their own all the time. No, you're doing good just to even have me go and pick it up. And so then from there, where do we go from there? We had to go pick up Alyssa to drive her to work. She was at her girlfriend's house. They had the bells and the sirens kept going off at school, and they couldn't get them to shut off, so they gave them an early dismissal. And so she just walked over to her girlfriend's house. They got out of school about 10:30, I think it was. And but I had to pick her up at 2:20 because she wanted to go to work for 3 o'clock, which the whole time picking her up, bringing her home, letting her change, get to work, would have only taken at the most 15 minutes, maybe 20, but I'll say 20 because she's got to put her makeup and everything on. So we were at Kroger's and we were running behind, and then I always buy my own gas with my money in my car, and Jim always buys the gas for his truck with his money. But since we've been doing all of our running around with Jim's truck, I says, if you want to go to the gas station, household will pay for your gas. And then I look over at the thing, and his thing, he's practically on empty. It usually costs $100 to fill that tank, and I'm thinking, what did I get myself into? But we had $1 off because of the Kroger points, and so he filled it up for $57. So I thought, I got off with a bargain. But anyway, so Alyssa had told me to pick her up at 2:20, and so I was like in really no big hurry because I knew she didn't have to be to work till 3 o'clock, and I thought, this is a good time to just show her how annoying it is. I know I said I wasn't going to say that, but I'm not annoyed. I was just showing her how annoying it is when you ask somebody to pick you up at a certain time and then you're not ready, or you're not there, or you make them wait. So I figured my whole plan was I was going to pick her up at 2:30, no matter what. I wasn't going to tell her that because I wanted to teach her a lesson, mean grandma that I am. And so at 2:21, she texted me, "Grandma, did you forget that you're picking me up?" And I texted her back, "No, I'm on my way." And I got there at 2:32. And she come on. I didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. So then we go always on our way to her house, and I said, "Well, you got your key to get in the house, don't you?" And she says, "No, I forgot my key in my locker." So I had to come all the way back to my house to get the key to go all the way back to her house. Not that it's all the way, but it was like not on the way. So we went and got the key, and then we dropped her off at Taco Bell, and then we went to the Dalton bookstore to get some books for gifts for people, and calendars, because they're hard to find calendars nowadays, but looking for some calendars. And then from there we went to the post office. I'm trying to think, where did we go? So I did get some mail at the post office. So got this card. Some of them I can't show you because they have my address on it. So I'm just gonna show you my cards. How's that sound? And a snowman and a bird with a cardinal. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that. Sandy and Jim, thinking of you and hoping you have the jolliest of holidays and the happiest of New Year's. Love, Judy Reve. Thank you, Judy. I am shooting for a great 24 because 23 weight-wise hasn't been very successful for me, but I'm definitely going to be doing better next year. I know that. So, I opened this one the other day. That's right. That was I forgot about that. My little ornament thingy. I know there's an actual factual name for it, but I have it right here on my desk so I can look at it all the time. So they already got theirs. But I had some yesterday too. Oh, I showed you this one already. I'll show you again. It's from Innes. Joe and Innes, never say their last name, Tearaway. And I showed you that the other day. I had 2 cards yesterday. What did I do with them? One moment, please. Put them in the drawer here from yesterday. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. This one. And this one. I know I had another one. Who swore I had another one? Don't look at the stuff in my desk, and don't say anything about my desk being messy, because I know it's a mess. I must have left it in the other room. I think. This one came to my house from, it's in her birthday too. Joanne Schmidlin, right? Yeah, Joanne Schmidlin. And I was saying that the Lindas had the hard last names, and it wasn't. I was wrong. And did you see how easily that word flew out of my mouth? Usually that word doesn't flow out of my mouth very easily. Linda Zadakowski, I was confusing you with Joanne Schmidlin. Silly me, silly me. Of all the holidays that involve having a tree in the house, hanging your socks out in public, and putting an elf where it can watch your every move, Christmas is my favorite. Merry Christmas, Sandy and Jim. Kind of like you're one of my favorites too. Love your videos. Joanne from Michigan, Sterling Heights. You are so close. I don't know why we haven't met for lunch, and I don't know why we don't see each other out and about. My daughter lives in Sterling Heights. She lives at 19 in Shaner. Oh, Joe, let's see, she gives me another name that's even harder. Joe Miosch, M-I-O-S-C-H. And she gave me a $15 Starbucks gift card. Yeah. I love my Starbucks. I just love my Starbucks. And then I got another one. I can't show you my address, but it is from the Stetzer family. Doug, Joni, Andrew, and Adam. I'm not used to calling her Joni. I know they call her Joni, but look at that. That was when they were in Manhattan. They're all handsome family. Handsome, gorgeous family. Joan looks so small. You look, I'm small in every way, but I mean, like with your big guys. But thank you so much for my Christmas cards. I had every intention of doing Christmas cards today, and that just didn't happen. I actually got one more Christmas card here that came to my house. Open it still. I can get it out of the envelope. Let me try. But anyway, I was going to do the Christmas cards today, but they're put off till tomorrow. And another snowman with a kitty cat. Sandy and Jim, it's the magic of Christmas. Thank you for all the hours of enjoyment you give. Wishing you and Jim the happiest of Christmas. Love, Kim Bedgood. Well, thank you, Kim. I really appreciate that. So, like I said, we did some shopping today. And let me start off by saying, oh, I love that man of mine. But try drives me crazy when we're shopping. I'm constantly losing them. And they're like, I'll be going, how many people do this? Like you're driving, you're pushing your cart along or your buggy or whatever you want to call it. And then you think, oh my gosh, I forgot something. And then you just whip the cart around. I can't do that when I'm with Jim because he's like right on my heels and then I hit him with the cart. Or if I start going one way and then I think, oh my gosh, that's right. I don't want to go this way. I want to go the other way. And he goes, well, which way are we going? Which way are we going? And then when I'm trying to find something and he's standing right there, I'm thinking, could you move? But I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm glad because I got driven everywhere. I didn't have to drive because you know how much I don't like to drive. So, but he's a good sport. He found a couple of things that I wouldn't have thought to pick up for somebody. And then he had, well, why don't we get this? And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? Why don't we get that? That is a good idea. So we got our Christmas stuff done. Tell you in the car how many people I still got to get for. I think I'm pretty close to being done. The unfortunate thing is it's hard to find for Jim because I'm sure it's hard to buy for me because even my kids, when I give them a list, they go, that's boring. I don't want to give you that. Well, it's what I want, even if it is boring. But so far, Jim and I have gotten each other something that we already know we're getting. So it's not going to be a prize. We open it up on Christmas. So I got to come up with that one gift that he's not thinking that he's going to get. The one year I got him the rifle. He was shocked. It was the first and only time in my life I've ever held a firearm. I have no interest and no fascination with it or anything, but I don't have a problem if other people have, if other people want to do it, that's more than fine with me. And then we did the Christmas cookies and all that yesterday. We had so much fun. It was really nice. But the unfortunate thing is the kids had to be in this back room because Denise is downstairs now with all of her stuff. So they couldn't go downstairs, so they were back in here, which explains that. You can't really see it, but I have a train that doesn't go anywhere because I don't have all the tracks. But they knocked the train off the tracks. But we had a good time. And then I got memories from just about everybody. I don't know who they are, so they can leave it alone. No, I'm just going to hang up on them. And I hung up on you. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to do that at all. Like I said the other day when Jim and I and Danny taped the video, what do you call it? Jim didn't hit the record button, so it didn't record. And so we were talking about it at dinner last night, and Danny says, well, we basically just sat for 25 minutes sharing stories, having fun, laughing at each other. Nobody's ever going to see it. So Jimmy says, well, why don't I come back and then we can do it together? And so I said, okay. And I said, Saturday or Sunday? And he says, well, either one. And then Danny says, I think I'm busy on Saturday and Sunday. Just giving Jimmy a hard time. So I said, well, I'll call you and we'll set it up for either Saturday or Sunday. So while we were out and about shopping, I have a Ring doorbell that sends me alerts when somebody's at my door. And sure enough, there's Jimmy coming in the house. So, see, my kids, I'm not one of these. When Jim got married, when Jim and I got married, when Jim got married, he married me. But when we got married, Jim had to give his key back to the house to his parents. And then when we went there, we had to ring the doorbell or knock on the door. He couldn't just walk in the house because that wasn't his home anymore. My family, we just, come on in. I don't care. Come on in. So even my kids, my son-in-law and my daughters-in-law, they just know if there's anything you want something, cookies in the cookie jar, just go in the cookie jar. If you want something out of the refrigerator, just go in the refrigerator. If you want to come in the house, just come in the house. Anyway, everybody's got a key to my house. Everybody in my family has a key to my house because it's like I have an open door policy. Walk right in, sit right down. That's what I have. That's my attitude. But anyway, I saw Jimmy coming in the house, and so I thought I better call him because I thought we said Saturday. So I'm the phone's ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing, and then Samantha answers it. And I went, did I call you? Because I didn't see Samantha go in the house. And I said, did I call you? And she says, no, you called Jimmy's phone. And I go, I could have swore I just seen him go in my house. She says, well, you quite possibly, you did. He left his phone when he went to work this morning. So we have no way of getting in touch with him. So I said, well, he'll be sitting in there for a little while waiting for me because I'm nowhere near the house. So she says, well, he'll learn. So about 5 or 10 minutes later, I got the notification that someone was leaving my house, and it was Jimmy. He was leaving. So curious to hear from him to see what the deal is with that. But that's going to do it, I guess, for now. today's memory is, it's like the tail end of Lynn's, or is it Lynn's memory? I think it's Dale's memory. I think we did Lynn's memory, but it's the tail end of Lynn's that leads in. So I'm showing you Lynn's again as a reminder of, so that Dale's memory is kind of like with the same memory with Lynn, but a continuation, if that makes any sense, because we shared Lynn's memory the day before yesterday. And yesterday we did the cookies, which the kids had a ball doing the cookies. And they ate more cookies than they actually decorated cookies. And I had little marshmallows for them to decorate. Because my cousin Lynn had bought the marshmallows. They actually ate more marshmallows than actually went on the ginger. But that's the whole point of it, just to have fun. And they really did have fun. And hopefully they had a memory. And then I got memories from, the only one I got to get memories from is Danny and Christy, because they were putzing around. But we had so much fun doing the memories even. So that'll do it now. So like, comment, subscribe, and share. Happy Vlogmas. Today is the first day. I got it right. I know I got it right because it's dark out. It is officially the first day of Hanukkah. So for all my Jewish friends, happy Hanukkah. Talk to you guys soon, which means right away, because I'm going to show you my video of my day, but then I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, Jim and I are out and about again. We're going to do some more Christmas shopping. I don't know what we're going to do after Christmas when we're just going to be sitting around the house all the time. But anyway, did my French toast collab this morning, and it was supposed to go up at 11 o'clock. As usual, Sandy waits to the last minute to do everything, so I was getting it ready last night about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I got up this morning, we put it in. Usually the video uploads pretty quickly, but in the last couple of days I've noticed that my internet has kind of slowed down a little bit. I know they're putting some fiber optics in our neighborhood, so I think that slows it down. But there's the big guy. Any words of wisdom, Jim?
None whatsoever.
See what I got to put up with?
Exactly.
Thought I'd look for him for inspiration, and it's just not going to happen today.
No.
But we got to get a couple gifts. We just do a little bit each day. There was a time when I could do it all in one day, but those days are gone.
Long gone.
I need to. And I was telling Jim this morning, I felt my age this morning because I ache everywhere from helping Denise pack. I use muscles that I haven't used in quite a while. But
you use muscles you didn't even know you had.
That's true. That's so true. So, all right. Well, we will talk to you in a little bit. I think our first stop is going to be Hobby Lobby. Well, we got what we needed here at Hobby Lobby. I did find a couple gifts that I didn't know that I needed to get, but they're going to work out fine. Jim did his best, didn't you, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
We found a couple things that worked out well. So now we're on our way to Kohl's. Okay, a few more gifts done. Lost Jim in the store a couple times. Had to go look for him like a small child.
I had you in sight the whole time.
We're going to Bath and Body Works, which is by Penny's over there, by the five and below. So you're gonna go down that street, and it's behind Hobby Lobby, basically. Anyway, I was gonna tell you something. Yet another reason I gotta lose weight. It's getting harder and harder to pull myself up into this truck. It's kind of high for me, but I'm managing. But there'll come a time I gotta keep that in mind. So let's head on over to Bath and Body Works now. Okay, we were successful at Bath and Body Works. Jim wasn't too impressed with some of the smells.
No.
He didn't like them. But I found a couple things. If you don't give me a list, you get what I think you want, whether you want it or not. So I found a couple things that I thought Samantha and Brooke might like, and so I bought it. No list, they get what I pick. But I think I would have wanted it, so if they don't want it, they can give it to me.
They're 73-year-old ladies.
What I picked out was not for a 73-year-old lady. At the Bath and Body Works, give me a break. Well, we made a quick stop at Kroger's because I needed to get some milk. It would have been so much easier just to run into CVS, but CVS wants $4.99 a gallon, and Kroger has it for $2.59 or $2.79. So usually it's in the front of the store, Today it was way in the back corner. I had to walk all the way back there, but then I remembered that I needed some orange juice, so I got some orange juice. And who'd have thunk I'd be looking for Chobani Zero Fruit yogurt, because it's kind of grown on me. I do like it now. So I should have got some raspberries while I was in there. Now I'm thinking about it. Oh well. That's an afterthought. But I have strawberries and blackberries, so that should be enough. So I got that. Now Jim's getting gas. And then we're going to go pick up Alyssa. They got out of school early today because there was a building issue. So she walked over to her girlfriend's house, but she has to work today 3 to 10. So we have to go pick her up and bring her to Taco Bell. And then we got to go back and pick her up at 10 o'clock because David's working tonight until, I think he works till 10. And it takes an hour for him to get to work. And then Cindy and Christy belong to a bunco club, so they play bunco on Fridays. So, and I don't drive at night, so Jim's going to be in charge of that, but I'll probably go with them just to get out of the house. So after we pick up Alyssa, we're going to drop off our stuff at the house, and then we have to go actually over by Christy's house to pick up a gift that's over that way. It's not anywhere closer, so we have to go over there, which is about a 25-minute drive from there. The French toast casserole I had for breakfast, I forgot to show you my piece. I just had a small little piece, but it was delicious, if I do say so myself. I did a collab video with Edie, Kim, and Joan. So I'll leave I think I got the links down there. What's going on?
$2.19 a gallon.
Ooh, using our Kroger fuel point bonus. So we're getting gas for $2.19 a gallon. So that's a pretty good deal. But so I got to get that, and then we got to go another store that's in that area to pick something up over there for both Jimmy and Danny. So then I'm done with Jimmy, I'm done with Danny, I'm done with Christy, I'm done with Aaron, I'm done with Alyssa, I'm done with Sebastian, Denise, Mary, and Mike I'm done with Birdie, I'm done with my friend Kathy. Trying to think who else I got to get for. Jim is a hard one. I don't know what to get Jim. You know, usually he's got a pretty long list of stuff that he wants, but you know, you get to a certain age and everything you have is you have. But well, I'm thinking about that. My friend that I asked you for prayers for the other day for her husband, she could really use some really strong prayers now. I mean, really, really strong prayers. And so if you have a prayer chain or something at your church, if you could throw my friend, once again, shy, doesn't want her name mentioned. So, but God knows, God always knows. But if you could really pray really, really hard for them, I really would appreciate it. You know, once again, in life, you just think all material things, but you just don't stop to think sometimes that everything that you need and want is right there within grasp. And if you don't really recognize it or take hold of it, it can slip right through your fingers before you know it. I always think like Norman Lear just passed away. He was 101. At one point in his life did he say, is this my year that I'm going to go? You know, even at 73, I mean, I can tell you I want to live another 20 years. But there's no guarantees. So I just kind of think, do you reach a certain age and you think, is this the year? I'm not thinking that yet, but I'm wondering if there'll come a point in my life that I'm thinking, is this the year? And it doesn't matter. You could be any age and you could go. I mean, I completely understand that. You know, your ticket can be punched at any time. So just appreciate. That's all I can say is appreciate everything that you have in your life, because it can be gone in a blink of an eye. And you would realize that was the best thing that you had in your life, and no material thing would ever replace it. So... all right, Sandy, get off your soapbox. Get out of the pulpit. I think I've told this story many times because it's one of my favorite church stories. Is I was a lector at church, and I had some bathroom issues before Mass started, and there was no other. I tried calling somebody to take my place, and back then now the priest could have probably done it, but the priest back then it was a time that you let the people in the church participate. And so I had mentioned to him that I was not feeling well and that I might disappear and you might have to do the readings even though you don't want to. And I told him I called on the list and I couldn't find anybody. And he said, no, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll make it through the Mass. I know you'll make it through the Mass. And which was nice is there was a bathroom in the sacristy. So if I had to go, I could go really quick. And the sacristy is where the priests get ready and everything, in case you're not Catholic or whatever. But anyway, so it came time to do the readings, and I practiced my reading so well the night before, because I always practice my readings before I did it. And then I went up on the pulpit to read my reading, and I had to read both readings, and I had to do the acclamations too. And I was feeling a massive cramp, and I'm thinking, I gotta go. I don't think I'm gonna make it. And so I opened up the first thing, and I started reading it, and I'm thinking, this does not sound familiar to me. This does not sound like what I practiced. And so I kept on going. I forged ahead, and I thought, no, this has got to be it. I must have made a mistake somewhere along the line. This has got to be the right reading. And the whole time I'm reading it, I can hear people flipping through the pages in the missalettes, trying to keep up with me. And I'm thinking, keep up, people, because this is going to be a quick reading, because I got to head in the back as soon as I can. And so I did that. So I did the acclamations. You tell them the first line, the first psalm to say, and then they say it back. So they kind of remembered it from that. But once again, hearing the papers all flipping. And so then I read the second reading, and I got all done, and I thought, oh, thank goodness I'm done. And I said a slight little prayer, thank you, God, for getting me through the readings, and made a beeline to the sacristy. So I had to get into that bathroom as quick as I could. And as after the priest, did the gospel and everything, when I was coming out, I could hear him, and he says, well, we had all of our readings today according to St. Sandy, because I guess she thought that the apostles couldn't come up with a better plot, a better story to tell. So we had her tell the stories today, even though they were wrong. They were last week, so if you missed last week's Mass, you're all caught up. I liked him because he was a jokester. And everybody afterwards was telling me, we thought maybe we were trying to get your attention, but you were so intent. And I go, yeah, I was intent on getting that done. But all right, I got to give Jim directions on where we're going, so I'll talk to you guys soon.
But I think the funniest Christmas memory, that I really love, is the year we always open one present on Christmas Eve.
No.
Look at, they already know. And so Stuart goes to pick up this present, and he goes, this is the one I want. And Paul and Kathy are going, no, Stuart, you don't want that one. Oh, no, I want this one. No, Stuart, trust us. You don't want to. No, I want to open this one. So he opens it, and it's a bicycle pump.
We almost cried.
And he said, oh, it's wonderful. Just what I wanted.
Yeah.
What about you, Dale?
Well, we had given Stuart for Christmas a basketball, a football, and a soccer ball. And so we figured, well, give him a pump so in case he has to blow up the balls. Yeah. And so rather than open up one of the 3 ball presents that we got him that was really neat, nope, the bicycle pump.
Well, that same Christmas, he opened up, of course, the Red Ryder BB gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So him and I had to go outside and shoot the darn thing, right? But he couldn't pump it. It was kind of hard to pump it, get the air in there and stuff like that. And somehow he shot himself with it.
Shot himself in the eye?
Believe it or not.
In the eye?
He shot his eye out.
He practically shot his eye out. And it was just like in the TV show.
Yeah.
It bounced off a piece of ice and hit him.
Oh, jeez.
And I didn't tell anybody because it's so horrendous, right? Hard to believe, actually. But he actually shot himself with his own gun on Christmas morning.